What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, back with another video, man. And after a long absence, as y'all can see, we had Liberation Day. Liberation Day done got real. They tanking the market. Trump is not letting up on these tariffs. All the analysts mad. Dan Ives mad. But you know what we did over here? We traded a few puts. We bought a few leaps. And I'm going to tell you all the positions, and I'm going to tell you what my plan is with this dip, with this recession, if we get it, with this crash, all that. So first, with the Palantir position. As y'all can see, we got some puts. We flipped a few puts today, of course, bought some shares like we normally do. We actually tried to buy a call on the dip. I went January 2026. And they hit that 12% same day. So that's how you know the dip's getting real. We probably going to be buying some puts next week on bounces. On bounces only because, you know, if we have any news, any announcements over the weekend, this thing could reverse at any second. But as of now, they hitting up, you know, the call positions. But right now, I'm worried about only leaps. And I'm mostly focused on shares. So we up to like 97.2 shares of Palantir. The more it crashes, the more we gonna buy. You know, we actually might start adding some money from the job, from the real world, to really start capitalizing on this dip, because it's heating up to the point where we might need to start buying like loads more and puts. Like, we can make a lot of money here. You know what I'm saying? So, little Soundhound call, we had $28 in. That's through it. Tesla, we up $916 worth of Tesla. Been buying that on the dip. The VOO, we've been buying that on the dip. Walmart and Vistra still ain't added to that. Oklo is getting hit up, you know what I'm saying? I probably buy some Oklo sooner or later, but it's you know, you gotta focus on the strongest companies possible right now. When all of them getting hit up like this, you gotta focus on the companies with moats, strong balance sheets, things like that. Unless you just go completely safety, like Walmart, Home Depot, such like that. But we got MicroStrategy down 28%, Meta's down 23%, IBM's down 8%, IBIT's down 13% from where I'm at, my positions. Robinhood, we down 24% on Robinhood, been buying a little bit of that. I tried to buy a Robinhood leap on the dip. I went March 2026, and somehow they hit me 23% same day. I think that field might have been bad, but it's all good. We got till March 2026. I might have to start going 2027 the way Trump pushing up. We bought some Grab 2027s. They got those down. I might start buying more 2027s, you know what I'm saying? Because like they knocking these stocks so low that, you know, if you're scared or you're in it for short-term gains, you should have took your gains a long time ago. I'm not really worried because I took a lot of gains on my other accounts a long time ago. But as far as right now, now's the time where you really load up. This is the time where you gotta think 6 months out, 12 months out, 18 months out, a year out, 2 years out. Like, you know, the gains y'all see from this account came from us holding it down in 2022. So, you know, it's just part of the game. Now, I'm surprised the Advanced Auto Parts call actually starting to bounce back. That's weird. That's crazy. But anyway, down on 22% on Amazon, down 22% on Google. So my portfolio getting hit up, whole market getting hit up. We're gonna keep, you know, trading. Let me show you some of the trades we did today. Let's see, on March 4th. Because like I said, I took a little break. I was building agents, and I'm gonna be making more videos like that. I'm gonna still do these YOLO updates, but you know, I might do them every other day, every day when the market's like crashing like it is now. But I'm gonna start doing like a lot of other content. Then I'm going to be doing a little more video editing as well on certain videos. So that's where I've been at with that. Let's see. So what do we do today on the 4th? I should have bought some more puts, man. If I wasn't being distracted, man, I could have been really trading the past few days, but it's all good. So started off, looked like we sold a call, took an L on a call just to get that money up out of there. It was getting real. Bought a put for 155. Bought that Robinhood leap for 182. I should have waited. Sold the put that we bought for 155 for 204. Then we what did we do? Bought another put for 110. Then, you know me, $10 worth of Palantir, $5 worth of Tesla, $5 worth of VOO, $5 worth of Nvidia. They're getting it down in the 90s. Things starting to get sweet, you know. I almost want to buy Chinese AI stocks, but I don't really want to go down that China road. You know, I might do a trading position on that, even though they getting hit up too because of these tariffs. But, you know, as someone who's been using AI for real, I've been starting to understand the China thing a lot more. So, you know, we're going to talk about that in another video. Yeah, bought Nvidia, bought the Palantir call for the June 26th, then sold that other put we just bought for 110 for 131, and bought another put, the one we got now, then bought what, Palantir, SPY, Nvidia, Tesla, and the story goes on. And cancel order, that was like, calls was glitching, man. Either way. So yeah, that's why that one says 145%. Sometimes these calls be glitching after hours. Like, I'm definitely not up 145% on any calls in the middle of the crash. But we're going to look at some stocks, look at what's going on, see how real it's getting out here. So they had the QQQ down 6.2% today. Trump got this thing going crazy. He got indexes going down like they stocks. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. We got SPY down 5.8%. Palantir down 11%, Nvidia down 7%, Tesla down 10%, SoundHound down 11%, AMD down 8.5%. That's what I'm saying. These stocks are becoming great deals for the long term. Now we're gonna see who long term investors. As you can see on my channel, we ain't sold no shares yet, except for, you know, stocks that were like balance sheet risky plays when we was in the bull market. But our main picks, we ain't sold none of that yet. They got Apple going down 7%. Apple wasn't even going that much when it was going up that much when it was going up. That's crazy. Like, I need to get some of that. I need to get some Apple. AMC got hit. Amazon's down 4%. Everything's down. Abercrombie and Fitch is actually up. That's crazy. Alibaba's down 9%. So even running to China ain't saving nobody. Let's see what else is going on. Salesforce down 5%. Let's see. GE, Aerospace, GEO, everything. GameStop was up 11%. You know, they playing with the Bitcoin. Bitcoin's actually holding up decent. Robinhood down 9%. JP Morgan down 8%. Like, whoo, they is crashing the market for real. There's no safety. Nike actually went up 3% today because they did talk about, like, Vietnam and Trump were coming to an agreement on the tariff, so things are getting a little better there. So that's why that's up today. Like you said, just see it red right now. See it red right now. So as a someone who's been doing this for a while, I've been through a lot of dips, and you know, this one's real. I ain't gonna say this one's not real. They actually comparing it to the COVID crash, but I actually like this crash a little better because it's a man-made crash, so it can reverse at any time when people get their mind right. But in the meantime, let's look at some charts. So with Palantir, let's go to the daily. All right, things got real. Let's see. We had a fair value gap. We tested it. We failed. We broke our level. We have found the equilibrium again. That's why I bought a call today. And actually, at this point in the dip, I'm probably going to try and buy me a call every 10% down from here. Like, every time they knock it down 10% or more, I'm going to have to hop back down. That's what it's looking at. If things keep getting real, you know, breaking equilibrium should normally be difficult, but you know, with the news we got coming out, anything is possible. So if it gets real, 68.92, 69, we could bounce at. If it really gets real, 63.89. And if it falls below there, we in the abyss for real. We falling straight down to like 50, 44. So I'm going to have some puts in case that happen. But, you know, I did a lot of selling of Palantir shares on other accounts between 60 and 80 on the run up, so I took my gains on Palantir. The shares I got left, I'm trying to build on them. I'm trying to, like, my goal is to get 1,000 shares of Palantir. So the lower it falls, the closer I'm gonna get to those 1,000 shares. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. But anybody who like has shares in stocks, if you didn't sell like earlier, I wouldn't necessarily say now is the time to sell. If you're overweight, over leveraged, or a margin, now if you're on margin, you got some decisions to make. But if you got strong companies you believe in, strong companies with moats, this too shall pass, as they say. You might have to start thinking 6 months out, a year out, 2 years out. If you still want to make short-term money, you're going to have to day trade. You're going to have to swing trade. And I actually got a day trading account, a futures account. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be showing y'all that soon. I got to get my internet connection around because, you know, I do got a job. So it's like I got to see where I be during trading hours. But I might be able to start streaming some day trading live because we're in a market where it's like the things you need to do to make fast money aren't the same things you need to do long term. So like short term, you can make money off puts. Short term, you could day trade. But long term, you really need to be buying leaps. You really need to be buying, well, not really need to be buying leaps because that's still risky. But you really need to be buying shares. You really need to be buying shares in the companies you really believe in because they was taking off. Like, it was about to be through the races. And with Trump doing what he's doing, they saying if this thing don't continue, you could forget about guidance this earnings season, and that's gonna be a whole nother problem if we don't have no guidance this earnings season. We gonna see even more carnage. So I'm just letting everybody know up front what's finna go down. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know my mindset coming into it and why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking. Let's get to the next stop, Tesla. So you know, Tesla actually ain't did that bad during this dip because it had rolled up before Trump did his thing. What, you know, he announced tariffs that were like more drastic than everybody expected. Like they was expecting maybe 10% across the board, 20% across the board. He announced like just numbers. So that's why we where we at. So they actually had got like 283 and they came down there at 238. So they're getting closer to the lows. But, you know, it's not as bad as it was when Tesla was like 217. But I wouldn't be surprised because, you know, tariffs definitely going to be affecting autos. Elon didn't necessarily have the best things going on with the numbers anyway. But like I said, I'm thinking years out on this one. So, let's look at the QQQ. Because this is crazy what's going on with the index. When you got the index going down 6% like a stock, you know it's real. Dan Ives was saying these are some of the most, what's the word he used? This is some of the most inflationary policy that he's seen in 100 years of watching charts over the past 100 years. Not he's alive 100 years, but looking at 100 years worth of data. But, all right. So, we should be bouncing at all these levels. But when you're gapping down 5-6% a day, I don't know. Like, I was just listening to Dan Ives before I did this video, and he was saying, you better hope we got a resolution this weekend, because if we ain't got no resolution this weekend, it's put season. Things are finna get very real. It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, and we gonna see if this thing bounce or not. Macro can make us bounce at any time, but we gapping down so hard. If you believe in your stock, buy the dip. Don't buy the dip all at once. Don't run out of buying power. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get this money. I'm going to talk to y'all in the next video. And there's going to be a lot more content soon.